Yes, our president on ground, Mr. Sadiq, are you ready for your presentation?
Yes,
Dollarization of the Nigeria economy. Let's have you briefly. Matilda spent 8 to 9 minutes. So, okay, I believe you can spend 7 minutes. Thank you, sir.
Yes, I will be very brief because of the time. Thank you, Madam Moderator. Yes, the topic is dollarization of the Nigeria economy. And to start with, historically, the use of dollar in the Nigeria economy started in 1968 through the structural adjustment program of the government. And the whole essence of it is there was a kind of shortfall in government trying to settle their international obligations. So they came about with this, the use of dollar to be able to settle some of these international exchange and the rest of them. So that was where the use of dollar as a means of payment in Nigeria started. Then over the years, the use of dollar has now been out of context because more people are now beginning to make use of dollars in their daily transactions, particularly most of the sectors that this has affected are the education sector, the hospitality sector, in fact, virtually all the sector, even the foreign emissions in Nigeria, they make use of dollar in one part of their transaction or honest. And due to this heavy use of dollar in the economy, it has affected our economy badly. And the reason why I would say that most people are using dollar is because of the challenges with the people trust in the use of Naira as beginning to be diminished because of the poor performance of the Naira. And that is where in fact, people even prefer to change their Naira to dollar just because Naira has lost, in fact, losing its value. So that is where this issue comes from. Now let me move to the method that I apply in this study. I made use of a quantitative research where I collected data from the Nigeria Bureau of Statistics and the and also from the Central Bank of Nigeria. Getting those data were so difficult, but I was able to at least look at their previous publications from the organization to be able to come up with to extract some of this data. Additionally, we also look at some of the interview from experts in the economics, and we did a kind of thematic analysis on summarizing some of the things that were common in what most of them put together. And now to our findings, we identified that the use of dollar is gaining more prevalence in the economy. I've mentioned where the sector, in fact, virtually most of the sector now make use of either fully or partial payments in local transaction using dollar. So that's one of the things that we find out. And this is more prominent in the education sector and the tourism sector. Now to my conclusion, so as to maximize my time, the conclusion is that the use of dollar can definitely be reversed because the local currency, which is Naira, is the legal tender in Nigeria. And this is even confirmed by the Central Bank Act of 2007 that says that anyone that maybe even uses foreign exchange in the economy for local transaction will definitely be arrested. And we've seen that in the issue between the government, the past government, governor of Kogi State and the EFCC. So we recommended that governments needs to make more efforts to ensure that at least we reverse the trends of dollarization. And one of the ways they can do that is to try to make the economy a bit stronger. They need to reduce inflation because we are experiencing hyperinflation. The rate of inflation is too high. And the exchange rate fluctuation, governments also have to ensure that the monetary policy, they also need to work on it to ensure that at least the economy, the public can continue to have confidence in the local currency and apply it in the use of our local transaction. Thank you. I would now like to invite back to the virtual space, Madam Coordinator. Madam Olumi, back to you.
Thank you very much, sir. Yes, that topic, when I saw it, I said, wow, it's very germane and it's a trending issue in the economy. Thank you very much for doing justice to that. I remembered my father told me he was once a banker when in the 1960s. He said when he started working at CBN, dollar to naira was less than £1. Imagine, naira was higher. So, you know, everybody is just worried about the issue of dollarization in Nigeria. So, just like he advised, I know government officials will hear us by making different amendments so that our naira can have values. That's a beautiful one. Thank you very much, Mr. Sadiq Mansour, the president.